The first conclusion I want to share with you here is that almost all the forbidden interest-bearing transactions that we covered in this presentation can be traced back to Riba Al-Nasia'h. So we were not talking about Riba Al-Fadl or Riba Al-Nasia'h, rather we were talking about Riba Al-Nasia'h. Riba Al-Nasia'h actually is the most severe and the most prohibited and the only level or category of riba that is unanimously forbidden. Of course, some of us have forgotten what does Riba Al-Nasia'h mean after 250 plus slides. Riba Al-Nasia'h actually is the premium that the borrower has to pay back to the lender on top of the principal, either as a condition for the loan or otherwise upon its maturity. The challenge that we are facing here is to identify the interest-bearing transactions, because in most cases there is no straightforward explicit interest-bearing loan. A lot of transactions are not introduced to you as if you are borrowing money from others with an interest. Rather, they are introduced to you otherwise. It is your job as a practicing Muslim to discover whether or not the nature of that particular transaction represent or shows any kind of interest-bearing loan or not. As I said, this kind of riba is the most severe, is the most prohibited kind of riba, and the prohibition of Riba Al-Nasia'h is unanimously agreed upon. There is no disagreement that Riba Al-Nasia'h, that the interest-bearing loan is prohibited. But again, the challenge that we are facing and will continue facing actually is to unlock the secrets of the contemporary transactions and to discover whether or not a particular transaction does have an interest-bearing loan involved or hidden, from within that transaction.